Ah! Ah! Hello. Hi. And welcome to the 37th of February end of month hangout. I'm sorry that this has been slightly delayed because it is, in fact, not the end of February. However, I have been moving, as you can see by my new space, all over the place. And I have been working my ass off this week fixing the move. Which means, because I moved last weekend, which is when I would usually do this thing. And which means that I kind of got sidetracked, unfortunately, but I'm here now. And I'm also going to shove in an extra Ask Me Anything thing for patrons later on in the month when I get settled. Unfortunately, this also means that the video that I've been working on also got a bit delayed because I was hoping to maybe do that soon-ish this week. But unfortunately, the move has taken a bit longer than expected. But don't worry, I'm working on it. And also, I am currently on track to make 2 videos this month, which means that you will get this video that is a bit delayed, but then at the end of the month you'll get another video which will make me back on track. The closet handle isn't the nice closet handle. Is this gonna be my new thing for season 2 of Mia Mulder? Did the drills end up following you to a new space? No, they did not. Thankfully, the drills stopped right before I moved, so I did have a week in my old place without the drills, and then I moved, and now I'm free from all the drills forever. But fret ye not, the plants are here. They're a bit over. They're slightly over there. I can't really show you them, but they're here. Don't worry. I'll post a picture to Twitter later so you can make sure that they're safe. No, but as you can see, I have a lot more space than I had last time I did a stream. So yeah, if you're new to this format, this end of the month hangout thing, usually what I'm supposed to do is I talk about the video that I made, and I did make a video in February, did I not? Or have I already talked about that? No, of course I haven't, because that one came out. Oh yeah, of course, it came out in February 7th, so a month ago. Can men be attracted to trans women? And I'm happy to say the video is a great success. It's not a viral hit as it usually is, but it's nice to see some traction on it. It's nice to see a couple of views, some comments. And everything has been going pretty nice. The analytics really liked it. Don't really have much to say about other than that. Didn't get much feedback on it. Either it's been mostly positive feedback, or it's been transphobic people commenting on it, being dickbags. However, that's not the point of what I was going to say. The point of what I was going to say that if you're new to the format, the way this works is that I talk about the month that has been, the month that is about to happen, and there are no real rules. Like the hangout, we just hang out. We just do whatever. We just do our thing, So how is everyone doing? How is the world outside of moving hell at IKEA? Because I feel like I spent my entire week at IKEA just getting stuff. Watch that video while on my skateboard. I'm glad that I can reach out to the skater gang. So that's good. Mukbang. People want mukbang. Fuck. I don't really have any food. I did just eat. I do have some pizza crusts, though. I kind of fucked up too because I don't have a drink. And you need a drink when streaming because you talk a lot. I shouldn't talk while eating. I'm sorry, I'm being gross. So yeah, the month that has been for me pretty intense because I made the video, and then basically immediately after that I had to was that when I went to London? I did a thing. Hang on. When was the video called London? Because I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. Oh yeah, that was at the end of February. So the month that has been was that it's been very intense because I made my video, then I had to kind of prep to go to London for a work thing that you will hopefully get to see sometime in mid-March, maybe. Sometimes then. And then when I came back, well, I also had to prep for the move, and then when I came back, I had to finish the move. So it's been kind of intense. And then this week I have been moving, but now I'm done, and I'm in my new space. Everything's good. I'm just gonna lower the volume a little bit because I feel like it's loud. So like I'm finally getting back to like my proper work now, and I'm excited to show you what I can do because I have a new camera that I got recently last month, and as you can see I have a lot more space. That little curtain set up there is props for my upcoming video. Yeah. Did you move because of the drilling? I didn't move because of the drilling, but it was a factor. The primary reason for me moving was that I had almost no space in my former place. My bedroom was like extremely small. Like I could barely live there. Nonetheless work. Here I have at least 4 times the space in my bedroom. I have closets. I didn't even have a closet in my former space. Literally everything was under my bed. Like I have an adult place, which is nice because I am an adult. And it's nice to like being able to finally live like one. So it's primarily space and like for work. And thankfully, you know, the move is done. Everything's fine. Keys have been exchanged. I might do a vlog soon enough. I still want to do vlogs. I still haven't done vlogs that I've been wanting to do for so long, where I kind of like show my new place, at least my bedroom. I don't really want to show the entire living room or like the entire apartment, but I can show you like the new place where I work. I think that could be fun. Maybe we'll see. Yeah, I don't really just want to talk about that. But the month that is coming up, I should also mention about that a little bit because it's related. So because of the move, I have a new shooting location. I have a new camera that I can use because I also have space to use that. I have, but that also means that I have to like relight everything. I have to rebuild a set. I have to come up with a way to shoot in this new location. So unfortunately, that also takes a little time. Unfortunately, however, it also means that all my future videos from here on out should be like of a significantly higher quality. So hold me to that if my videos don't improve. I think my videos are good, but I want them to be better. So, you know. Honestly though, I'm so excited about this move. I've been longing for this for like 4 months, because about 4 months ago is when I like decided that I would move, but it takes time. I did it. I'm here. Crunch. Happy International, when is Men's Day? Yeah, happy International Women's Day. I noticed that earlier today when there was a big protest or like demonstration thing in Stockholm. Unfortunately, I didn't go because I was busy assembling IKEA furniture, which has been my life for the last 4 days. If you look at like previous streams that I did before, like during the week that has been, you can also see me you can also see like aspects of the apartment just building up a little bit. Like this thing wasn't here last time I like a stream on Twitch with Tristan and something like that. Like I'm still building. Has anything changed in your everyday life as a result of the coronavirus outbreak? Did you notice changes at the airport or on the plane to and from London because of it? Yeah. So I noticed a lot of the airports are kind of panicking about the coronavirus. I didn't get tested or anything, but nothing happened. But like there are signs everywhere and like announcements constantly about it. Like if someone looks sick, you should report them, or if someone like are you recently arriving from, have you traveled recently from like Wuhan, China, or like northern Italy, things like that. It's like it's everywhere. People are panicking about it. And I don't get it. You stream on Twitch? I stream on Twitch on twitch.tv/meamulder. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays whenever I can be bothered, but I usually am. I'm getting better at it. I don't stream all the time, but I try to keep with my schedule. I'm plowing through Fallout New Vegas. It's fun. We'll see how long I do it. Like it's a fun thing, but like I'm not sure. Like I'm a YouTuber first and foremost. I'm not a Twitch streamer, and like we'll see how long I do it. Maybe I do it as a constant like part-time thing for fun, or maybe I do it for a bit and then I focus more of my work to YouTube. How's the plant adapting to the new place? So far, so great. They're loving it. They're looking better than ever. I think also because I have more space and I feel a lot more healthy being in the space. Like I feel just better, healthier. I think I am better suited to take care of them. My God. Sorry, that's my monitor that's just screaming at me. There we go. God, I've been rushing today too. Like I've been doing all things. I've been to IKEA today. I've done. I have like, cause I don't have a car. I don't have a license even. I can't drive. I can't even rent a car. So I have to go like bus trips to IKEA and pick up like one furniture piece at a time. It's awful. I'm a bit stressed, but thankfully I'm getting better. But I'm going to IKEA again tomorrow. Was reading a US doctor's letter to her family saying someone you know would probably die from coronavirus. That was disconcerting. Isn't the US mortality rate for coronavirus like 5%? Instead, like internationally it's like 2%, but in America it's 5% because there's been like massive fuck ups in their screening process, in their treatment, and because American healthcare is a clusterfuck anyway. Yeah, it sucks. Like there's never been a better argument for universal healthcare than a pandemic. Like people talk about universal healthcare being like, oh well, you know, you just don't get sick and you'll be fine. But then a pandemic can happen and then you're kind of fucked. Is it a pandemic now? I think it's technically a pandemic. It doesn't have to be like super lethal for it to be a pandemic. Also, I desperately need some color in this space because it is a lot of white, including me. I'm just looking at my streaming setup. Like it's fine, kind of. I know. Better. Although if I want to, I can just become like, I can do that, which is also pretty fun. Let's do that. Get some color in this. Some nuance, so it's just not a bright white screen. Can you get it delivered? I can, but it's expensive and I don't feel it's worth it. Like, I'm not getting like a bunch of furniture, I'm not getting anything that's too big to carry, so I feel it's fine. Trumpy just screwing around. Isn't Mike Pence in charge of it, who is like known for being really bad at dealing with like medical outbreaks, like disease outbreaks? Like, he's not good at it. Inflated from having an outbreak at a senior citizens' homes. They cut CDC funding, of course. Typical. Typical. It is trash. Ah. Did the stream break? Oh, I hope not. I'm here. I'm just tired and silent. Pence was responsible for an HIV outbreak. I'm not surprised. I just realized I have a candle, but I feel like if I put on, if I turn on a candle and also have this music and this lighting, I'm gonna be far too similar to my twin. I can't do that. Show some support? Hell yeah, thank you. The Spanish flu was scary, yeah. We're far better prepared now, for now. Yeah, I've had a script that has been like percolating a little bit about disease outbreaks, like pandemics in history, because I feel like it's really good for the algorithm, and also like the algorithm will love it, but it's also kind of it's historically interesting, I think, and also politically interesting, because the frameworks that exist in society a lot, like the social structures that we have, they can work fine until they're tested, and a pandemic is one of those tests. Like social unrest is another one, like terrorism, all those things. Like, all of those things can test the structures that we have in society, and I think that the power of a society is really shown in how it sustains under stress. Hello, Ollie. So I think that could be a good idea for a video. We'll see though. I kind of don't want to do it in the same kind of media storm as the coronavirus, because then, you know, partially I would be stressing, and I don't really want to stress to make a video, and also I don't really want to capitalize on the panic. Like, I feel it's something to do as a retrospective, and I think that can be interesting, especially then, because then we'll have more like input on about how society dealt with it. Even in later outbreaks, the Black Death was extremely traumatic to social structures. Exactly, that's what I mean. Like, because a lot of people know about, you know, how a lot of people kind of know how the Black Death kind of like changed European society, but you know, so did the Spanish flu in a lot of different ways, and there are many other outbreaks of other diseases that have changed society in a very significant way. And I think people don't really talk about that when they talk about politics. Like, people just kind of, like, healthcare, universal healthcare is good, and that's what we should do, and that is kind of the universal solution to a lot of these problems. But it can be interesting to talk about why it's kind of important. Like, it's not just people get sick and need healthcare. That is like one and probably the best reason, but also it is like a good social fabric when stuff happens. Oh fuck. I've been doing so much traveling. I'm so tired. It's been a lot of traveling, it's been a lot of work, it's been moving. I've been stressed, fellas, but thankfully I'm good. Now I can work. I'm finally good. This week is gonna be work heavy. I can catch up. How do you feel? What is a video topic that I haven't done yet that you think would be interesting? Because now, here, when I have a lot more space, I have infinitely more resources to work on videos. So I kind of want to revamp my video idea list that I have. Because I have a lot of ideas, but I feel like a lot of them were kind of made under weird circumstances. So I kind of like, now that I can actually do more high productivity stuff, I kind of want to sort them again. So if there's something that you've been wanting me to talk about, feel free to let me know, and I'll just put it in a huge list that I've already been doing. Do you think there's a tension between having an economy and saving lives in a pandemic? Encouraging businesses to stay open, people to go to work. 100%. It also has an impact on climate and stuff like that. Like, there's been massive climate. I want to say changes, but that's not really the word. Like, there's been fewer flights. Some companies fly empty for some reason. But people travel a lot less in like high disease areas, and I feel like that's something to talk about too. And unfortunately, there is a tension between having an economy and saving lives, because it's a kind of value judgment between what you value. Like, some people value lives more, some people value having an economy more, and they're not mutually exclusive. But the people who really want to prioritize having an economy really like to think so. There's at least one story of a rich Brazilian who got coronavirus, super elite private museum, and sent it to public hospital because the public hospital was able to deal with coronavirus. Private hospitals tend to be like hyper specialized, which means they're not really good at dealing with like things that affect everyone. It is kind of scary, I agree. I also have like immunocompromised friends, and you know, it's a bit scary for them. Although I live in Sweden, we haven't really had a lot of outbreaks. I think we're pretty fine. Army Cadet collab. For real though. Oh, hey Alice. We're talking video ideas. We're talking about anything. These hangouts they can be anything. There's no rules. No rules, just rights. We are the gods of our own creations. And only we decide how we live. What? The economics of BreadTube would be interesting. I feel like the creative side of it isn't as transparent as it could be. It could be interesting. There's been discourse around that, and I could definitely talk about it, but I don't think I would talk about it in the way that a lot of people want me to talk about it. I think a lot of people would like. I think a lot of people want me to throw shade at like other bread tubers, so to say, and be like, you should be more transparent. I probably won't be, unfortunately. Sometimes fan bases are wrong. But it would be interesting to talk about, would be, but I'm not sure it would fit with my brand. We'll see. My brand, who am I? Oh fuck, oh my god, no, I gotta cancel myself. I can't believe I said that. My brand. Who am I? The climate crisis? Oh, for sure, that's definitely on my list. Trans people in ancient history, maybe. I want to do a defense of the Danish girl. I know how it sounds, hang on. I know how that sounds, but I think the Danish girl is a very interesting field to analyze. I need more history lessons from your specialized knowledge. Hopefully, now that I'm here, I can do a lot more cool stuff when it comes to that. For real though, like I know I'm pointing back at like as if this means something to you, but obviously it doesn't. There's just a curtain. But like I have like an area over here. Like I have a huge space now that I can just create videos in, and I'm so fucking excited to show you what I can do with it, and make videos about like all sorts of topics, and I can do more shit. I don't have to stress to get through it. Sometimes fan bases are wrong. It's basically something in my next video. Well, there you go. I boiled it down to its most base essence. Maybe. I haven't seen it. Help a lot for people who see example of expenses versus revenue with numbers to attach to them. That could be interesting, actually. I'm pretty transparent about like most things, and I can afford to do that because I'm pretty small when it comes to that, but also like it wouldn't really do anything. Yeah, like Ollie said, it varies so much, and numbers don't really mean much. I think it could be interesting to talk about, but we'll see. Is Ollie really tall also? Maybe. Mia saying Brandon immediately waking up outside the Matrix. Oh my god. Speaking of video ideas, something that I want to do. I know, like, again, there's no rules for these hangouts. I can do whatever I want. You can do whatever you want. If you want me to talk about like anything, just throw it in the comments and we'll talk about it. I just talked about like video production, and now we're talking about video ideas. However, The Matrix. They're making a new Matrix movie, and I am for sure gonna make some kind of content about the Matrix. I want to. I don't really do media analysis, but I want to just dig into the Matrix so much because it is such a fascinating movie from a fan base perspective. Like, it has fan bases in all subcultures. Like, we're talking like lefties, we're talking trans Twitter, we're talking like far right incel culture. Like, a lot of people are fans of the Matrix, and I kind of want to talk about why. And I think it could be really interesting. And also, I kind of want to dress up in like a leather jacket and like have cool glasses, do some slow motion shots. Like, it could be fun. Like, it could be fun. I'm so hyped for the new Matrix movie. So am I. So am I. When is it coming out? Actually, hang on. Hang on. The Matrix 4 2021. Oh, it's not this year. Fuck. I want it. I need it. I also want to like quickly talk about why I think all of the Matrix movies are good. I like all of them. Was there some trans symbolism with the red and blue pulse and matrix? There was trans symbolism about everything in that movie. Like there's so many things that could be attributed to be like trans allegory. Ninjas versus pirates? Pirates. What are you talking about? I don't like ninjas. Is it true there was all an analogy for being transgender? I don't think so. I think a lot of people read too much into it, but there's things there. Like it doesn't come from nowhere. Especially with the animatrix. The animatrix really digs into. Oh my god, I need to back away from my nerdiness. We all love Keanu. Yeah, Wirefu. What was your focus in your history degree? My special field in history was the history of science and ideas within sexual pathology in the German-speaking medical sphere between 1845 and 1945. It is the most specific field, which means that only I know anything about it, which is great. Because it means that whenever like a professor or something wants to talk about something about it, you know, they know vast swathes of history, but only I know specifically what is on page 103 of Psychopathic Sexuality by Dr. Dabbing, on like just in my mind, because I read it like 40 times, and I love it. It's my favorite book. So that's kind of what that is my field. That is what I do, or that is what I've always done. But you know, I have generic history knowledge too, but also like history as a field. I know this isn't relevant to like anything we're talking about, but history as a field is less about like learning specific events and more like how to analyze the past, like in general, like how to contextualize historical knowledge. So if a person without a history education or like doesn't know how to contextualize history, they might read something about something, but they might not put it in the proper context. They might not connect it to similar events in history. They might not connect it to like the historical context, both in terms of like politics and geography and things like that. Which means that like historians don't necessarily have to learn everything about the past. They just need to learn like the bits, and then learn how to analyze things using the historical theory. Because history is just a form of like philosophical thinking, really, when you think about it. Anyway. Are the Wachowskis making it? One of them is, yeah. Yeah, one of them. My field of Magnus Hirschfeld. Yeah. I've read literally every single thing Magnus Hirschfeld has ever written, including like his pro-war letters in the beginning of the First World War, his anti-war letters at the middle and end, his anti-racist like things. That's time he went to trial to like defend a general for being gay, and he did it in the worst way possible, and early unified German history, but just being like, yeah, he's gay, so what? People are gay, it's fine. And it's like, no, Magnus, please, you're not doing a good defense here. It is illegal to be gay currently. But he did his best, and he did it good. Oh fuck. Sorry, I'm gonna get a big poster of Magnus Hirschfeld on that wall right there, just huge, of his face, because he is all of our gender daddy. Haven't seen Animatrix, but I really remember seeing a billboard ad for it when I was very young. Same. Well, I've seen it, but also like I remember seeing like ads for it when I was small. I'm having a day. Since women's fashion is better than men's, where's a good place to buy women's coats in large sizes? Printer really wants a new flowing wraparound coat. I have no idea. I buy my stuff secondhand. Or at least I used to. Because I have been poor. But I'll let you know when I come up with something. Whenever I don't buy secondhand, I usually go to like H&M, and they don't really have that, unfortunately. That is super specific. It sure is. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm Mia Mulder. Horrifically bad defenses and trials are the best. Yeah. Louis Ling was convicted of throwing bombs at the Haymarket riots in Chicago in the 1870s, and his defense was that he can't have thrown the bombs because he was at home making bombs. My god. I'm still kind of working out like streaming lighting. Like this kind of works. Kind of. It could be better, but like it kind of works, right? I just need a bit more like light levels here. I was thinking about like what else happens this month that I need to do. I'm going to travel a little bit more before the end of the month. Yeah, I'm gonna travel a bit more then, and we'll see what happens then. Unfortunately, but I think that's the last I'll travel, at least until the summer. And beyond that, let's see. Yeah, I think like it's been very interesting. This year so far has been very interesting because I've been like extremely busy, like since the very start, because I've been traveling almost constantly. I've been working weird hours because of the drilling, and I've been moving. So there's been a lot going on. So I look so much forward to this Dracula. I know, I didn't want to give it away. I'm going to London to see Ollie play Dracula. And also, thanks to the coronavirus, plane tickets are super cheap. Loved your video discussing your transition. I'm going through a weird time in regards to my own gender. I hope it goes well. Weird thing for me to say. Well, like, I mean, I do, but still. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make another video talking about like more, like what does it mean to transition, because I think that could be fun. But that's also like in my video ideas for like long future things. I have so much stuff to do. I have a lot of things that I've been working on. We need a rent. Your hair looks super healthy. Do you do anything specific to it? Not really. I literally think that I have been, because also like if you watch my like previous streams and videos, you can also see that my face is like breaking out in like zits and things, and I honestly think it's because of like the drilling got so bad, and living in that tiny little room really I think really fucked me up mentally for a bit, because it was like a shoebox. And I honestly think that just moving here, in a bigger bedroom, in in like a better environment, basically. I honestly think that I will be able to, that my hair just naturally is better. So just in this week that has been, I've been sleeping infinitely better. I've been sleeping infinitely better. I've been working so much better. I've been waking up early. Like, it's just better. It's just better. I don't know what to say. Like, I just, moving for me was like literally a godsend, because the place I lived in before was like the worst place I think I've ever lived in. And there's a reason for that, and I'm gonna make a video about that, like, for sure. It's gonna be about mental health and poverty. Ooh, and that's gonna be a spicy one, I think, because I'm gonna talk about my own experiences. And judging from the analytics, those are the most popular ones. Rip the drill rounds. Yeah, you can't get me with the drills, because they're gone, they're dead. I have killed them. I have destroyed the drilling. Reading about Louis, they kept finding more bombs in his prison cells. He's just making bombs out of concrete. Every performance is gonna be a game about the celebrity YouTuber in the audience. Tristan mentioned he was gonna see your performance. Yeah, I'm actually gonna meet Tristan for the first time. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna meet a lot of YouTubers for the first time. Like, I haven't met a lot of YouTubers in my career, in my 1.5 year career so far. When I was going through it, my anxiety and even my blood pressure went through the roof. It could be physically dangerous to be in such a, like, yeah. I honestly think that my health has just infinitely improved since I moved out of there. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that things improve. I really do. Like, I've been in I have had a lot of mental health and poverty moments, unfortunately. The only thing I can really say is, like, hang in there, like, because it's the worst advice too, because like it can get better. Luddite me. How did the Tom Scott thing go? Yeah, that's why I went to London. I went to work with a thing with Tom Scott, and yeah, I can't really talk too much about it. Like, it's a Tom Scott thing. It's not my thing at all. I was glad to be invited. I was glad to be invited to his thing, but it's not my thing. So I had no control over it at all. Like, I didn't plan it. I didn't record it. Like, I was there as a guest. But I think it went very well, at least for me. Like, I think it went very well. I hope Tom and the other people that were also there also thought it went well. I don't have social anxiety, what? And but basically, yeah, that's why I went to London to do that, and it went very well. And it's gonna be out sometime in March, I think. I'm not super sure, but I think somewhere. I'm not sure it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna be on YouTube. I think it's gonna be on, like, Nebula, on the Nebula streaming site, which isn't optimal because I don't want to keep content, like, locked away too much if I can avoid it. But also, it's not my thing, so I can't really do much. I'm a guest. Luddite Mia, kind of. When will we get to see the Tom Scott thing? Is the release date? There is, but I'm not super sure about it. Like, there was a bit of hesitation when it was going to be. Mid-March is the best I know. Tom said you were great, lol. Well, you know, people say all sorts of things, but my dark orb for a brain says other things. So who am I to trust, really, when you think about it? Oh god, I need to moisturize more. I look tired. I don't like that. Although in my defense, I've been assembling furniture all day, so I have a good defense for being tired. Yeah, well, let's see. I have some other thing that I think that I was gonna talk about. If I'm honest, like I'm mostly just looking forward to like making my own stuff, because I've been doing a lot of work that isn't my own videos for a long time, and it's kind of been stressing because I've just been putting a lot of energy into maintaining myself for a long time. So I'm looking forward to being able to like put that energy into something productive that I want to do. I'm so looking forward to show you what I can do with this space. Like I'm quivering with anticipation. It's gonna be so good. Like, Will you do any sort of vids related to business or economics anytime soon? I'm gonna make a video about mental health and poverty, and I am gonna talk about, like, it's not just like how mental health influences poverty or the other way around. Like, I'm gonna talk about poverty as a thing, as in like as economics for a little bit. I did study one term of economical history, which my professor assured me could maybe like get me a job at a bank if I really like, if I kind of really like extended the truth, so to say, a little bit about what it involves. But I'm definitely gonna do that. Economic business, not so much. I don't really know too much about like business, but economics is something that I know a little bit about anyway. Although knowing me, I'll probably like look at it from a very 19th century point of view. I had a video idea for a long time about like the ethics, not the ethics, sorry, that's not the word, like wanting to live rich, like wanting wealth. Like, why do people want to be billionaires? Why do people want to be millionaires? Why do some people that are also leftists also want to be that? Like, why do people aspire wealth? But that is we'll see. Me as a banker's move, the last thing you can see her doing. Same, which is why I never applied. Good course though, very good course. That course of economical history was basically split literally 50-50 between people who are like very anti-capitalist and people who are very pro-capitalist. And I specifically remember a group work where it was me, like hardcore Marxist, and this like libertarian, like finance, like ANCAP guy, and we all had a group assignment together. And we had to talk about like how wealth distribution, I think in like the 1860s, in 1860s textile industry in like Tuscany or some shit. It was something super specific. And I remember all of us just having like these massive arguments. And the best argument that I could ever come up with is that from the anarcho-capitalist guy who was like super into like free markets, he argued that like wealth can be distributed from a top-down management style, from owning capital. Like, for example, like you could marry into wealth. For example, like, you know, if you marry a rich family, then you also become rich, and your family can become rich by extension. And if you have kids, you know, those kids will become rich. And if you have more than 2 kids, if you have 3 kids, for example, that means that 3 people are now wealthier. So that when you die, that means that at least one more person than before has also become wealthy. And that's why also inheritance should be like carried on to future generations. And I remember just sitting there just awestruck at the galacto brain of that take, being like, yeah, you know, we can definitely maintain extreme capitalist systems because you can just marry rich people. And it was, I remember just being and because it was a group assignment, we like that was part of the thing. That was, you know, that was part of the response. And I just remember me talking about like, well, you know, maybe that isn't the most efficient way of wealth distribution in like 1845 Tuscany in the textile industry, like marrying the factory owner. Like, what? Stop. It was incredible. I aspire to get wealth so I can purchase large women's wraparound coats. Same. Opulence. Yeah, the opulence video that Natalie Wynn did was very kind of similar to what the idea that I, which is also kind of why I postponed it a little bit, because I don't want to seem as if I just do the same thing. But that video also talks more about like the aesthetics of opulence, whereas I want to talk about like, well, why do people want to accumulate the wealth? I don't really care about the aesthetics of it. I'm gonna buy a European prince. Legalize polygamy and have everyone marry Bezos. It's a perfect plan. Basically, capitalism works if you're hot. Yeah. Oh, I had an idea one time about beauty and modeling. Oh, I should revisit that idea. Speaking of being hot. Because I kind of want to talk. I've never really talked about. I never really talked about my modeling on my channel. Like when I did that, which is still weird to me that someone allowed me to do that as a job. And I feel like I kind of want to do it, and I kind of want to like deconstruct the idea of like capitalistic beauty and things like that. Okay. We're having a bit of a slow day, which is fine, really. Like, it's it's not the end of the month. It's not a standard streaming time for me, which is fine because I've been moving and stuff like that. But because I am moving, I am also a little bit tired. And we have been streaming for an hour. So if you have any questions, you can, chuck them in chat, and I'll do my best to answer them. Or I might go for a bit of a rant. Like I'm not quitting now, but I'm gonna wrap things up in a little bit, I think, because I am thirsty and I want a snack. I might actually head into town because I live very close to town. I might go to your town and get a burger. Might get a burger. I like a burger. My video after my next one is gonna be about beauty and ugliness, so yeah. Damn it. I'll have to. We need a rant. We'll see. We got a little bit of a rant regarding marrying into rich families and economical wealth redistribution in 1849 Tuscan textile industries. Or whatever year it was. Like, I don't fully remember the details, but like it was something like that. basically what happened in some polyamorous societies, which did marry a bunch of women. How much money would it take to just buy Monaco? A lot, I think. Although if I somehow, for some reason, get enough to buy a mansion, which is somehow the financially best choice in Sweden, because apartments cost so much money. I'm not buying this place, by the way. I'm renting, and but like apartments cost a lot because everyone wants to live in the cities. No one wants to live in the countryside, which means that for some reason buying a mansion is somehow cheaper per square meter and like per room. Like it's expensive sometimes, but it's also like cheaper than an apartment. So, so eventually I'm just gonna buy a castle, a bit of land, and declare my own micronation. If I have enough swords and friends, who's gonna stop me? As someone said. I can just make myself a European prince. So collab is what I'm saying. Yeah, maybe. Let's talk later. How did you end up with your focus with my degree? So how I ended up with my focus was kind of by chance. I went into history because my best friend did it, and I didn't know what to do when I left high school. Like I was completely lost, so I had no idea what to do, because I had also recently like dropped out of the military. So I did like, and that was kind of my plan. And so I kind of ended up with my focus after being. So I went to like my best friend just said like I'm gonna study history, and I was like I'll study history too. Like I'll just go with you. She eventually dropped out of history, and I just kind of sticked with it. And I remember picking the subsection of the history of science and ideas because I liked science, and I wanted to study technology, the history of different technologies, because I was a nerd. But then, because of the history of science and ideas, I got really fascinated about the history of ideas. And then I realized I was trans, and I came out as trans, and then I wanted to study that in history because I was very fascinated by that for some reason. And then it just kind of fell into that after eventually, like, and it was pretty good. Like if I'm honest, like I'm very lucky that I fell into that field, because I think I'm the only one that has analyzed Rikekaftabing from a trans perspective ever in like academic history, at least from when I did it. Like there's probably a lot more now, but when I did it in like 2013 and I googled about it, like I saw nothing. Like when I tried to find other like research works and topics about Rikekaftabing from a trans perspective, a lot of people have done it about like gay perspectives. Not a lot of people have done it about the trans stuff. And I think that's just me. And now I'm actually happy to say that some of my essays and some of my like articles are actually part of the course literature at Uppsala University, where I studied, because I analyzed him really good, and I'm very happy about that. And then instead of going into academic history, I just became a YouTuber instead. Love a mission here with an AR. Ugh. You were in the military? Did I hear that right? I tried to. Yeah, I was a cadet, and then I was for a while I was trying to join the military proper, but thankfully I was too trans for them, and then I realized that the military sucks ass. We're talking about Victoria. Yeah, Victoria 3. Yeah. Fuck, I want to play Victoria 3 now. If it existed. But I think, do you watch Mello? No, I don't care about Mello. Like I've never cared about Mello. I don't get the hype. I don't find it entertaining. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't at all get the fun with the Eurovision Song Contest or Mello, which is all like final within Sweden, and then whoever wins Mello goes to the Eurovision Song Contest. I don't get it. I'm sorry. Like I just don't. Sweden is obsessed with it, and I don't get it. Would love to see a video from you about your military experience. Fun fact, I'm slowly working on one that is gonna be maybe my biggest video project yet. But that's gonna come out like maybe like summer or autumn or like next winter. Like that's a long time in the future. Three-way cadet collab, yeah. Go to Dracula shit. Enjoy burger. Bye. Actually, on that note, I'm probably gonna yeet out as well. Because it is late, and I'm gonna get to go burger. And it's been a bit of a slow day, which is fine, by the way. I don't wanna do that, but it's been a bit of a slow day, and I'm gonna go get some food, and then I'm gonna play some video games, maybe, and then I'm gonna work. No, I'm not, because it's 10 o'clock, and I'm just gonna go to bed. But I am gonna get a snack. So I am going to head out in a little bit, I think, as soon as I double check some things. Yeah. Sweden obsessed with the song competition because of a certain band in the 70s. Oh, you know it. We're obsessed with it because of ABBA. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get burger. I'm gonna go get burger. And I hope that y'all have a good Sunday night, and I hope that next week is great. For future times, next week I'm gonna do an AMA, and potentially what I'm gonna do this month is I might have an AMA every single weekend, because the one that was supposed to be last weekend didn't happen because of the move chaos. Because I had some trouble. There was some drama that happened in my personal life when I was moving into this place. So it all sorted itself out, but so I had to postpone it, which is why this stream is happening today. But the AMA stream is probably gonna happen sometime like on the 22nd or the 21st, something like that. But the next stream I'm gonna do with the AMA is gonna be next weekend on the 15th at 8 o'clock my time. If you want more of my content, you can always subscribe to this channel, which is like my stream archive channel thing. You can go to my main channel, which is just me, Mulder. Subscribe, hit the bell. It really helps if you hit the bell. So you can see my main videos. I should have one that's coming up next week if I'm lucky. If I can get the apartment sorted before then. And if you want more stream content, you can go to twitch.tv/miamulder and I don't know, follow, I don't know what people do there, where I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, because that I have set aside free time for myself so I don't overwork myself. And in my free time, I play Fallout New Vegas and sometimes Jackbox, and it's fun. And I think that's it. Will you and Tristan stream tomorrow? Yes, we will. Me and Tristan stream on Mondays. I see that more as Tristan's thing, but me and Tristan from Epic History, we stream on Mondays together. But I'm gonna head out, I think. Thank you all for hanging out. It's been lovely to talk to all of you, as it always is, and I hope that you all have a good Sunday night. And if you can, get some tea. It's nice.
Bye.